Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. On first down, Lance.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Play action, now it's Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start by running the option to the right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Credit Zadarius Smith able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone, it's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. And This defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
To throw again on second down, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. Off of play action, here's Lance. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation, because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Another try after the first down sack. Lance. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off around the 27, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Now a first down carry by Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Let's make these babies
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. A give to Jones. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. To throw is Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Jones, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
At the 33-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
On 2nd and a couple, Lance. And he slings one that's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Lance. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, you're not going to hear Jimmy Garoppolo mentioned among the strongest arms in the league, but that doesn't mean he can't beat you with the long one. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the first rounder, Jimmy Ward. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On play action, now Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Check 50. Watch the safety creep. Hey, switch gears. Switch it.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Gould is able to put it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Rodgers on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing is Rodgers. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers!
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And talk about a quick answer. This looked like a missed assignment. You'd think someone would be able to rein him in after he makes this catch, but he's so slippery in the open field, he's able to take it all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Packers 24, 49ers 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Being chased out left. This one caught by Kittle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On first down, Mitchell. About 3 yards there to the 27. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Garoppolo. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On third down, Mitchell. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo.
That's caught by Werner, the tight end.
A gain of 6 there on first. On second down now, it's Mitchell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. play action. Garoppolo. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
65. Hey, Mike 51. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike 51. Push him back.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert from 4 yards out. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Eric Armstead in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting.
And Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Trent Sherfield, 83 yards. And the 49ers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Rodgers on the return.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
3 yards the game there, 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now Mostert off the read option.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 18-yard line. They run with Mostert off the option. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. The kick by Gold is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Third down, Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Again, it's Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Crosby is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range?
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there for the Niners. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Garoppolo. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They're already in range for a potential game-winning field goal, but they certainly want to get him as close as possible before sending him out there. Nice job defensively to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Garoppolo.
And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And this stadium just fell silent in a hurry.
Crowd was ready to erupt, weren't they? But guess what? That chance to win one here, to steal one in the final seconds, goes awry.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on.